Hey, how are you?
All right. Next, I am joined by Kevin Law from from Long Island Association. Thank you so much.
Hey, Morgan, how are you? Happy New Year.
I'm very well. Happy New Year to you.
Good.
Obviously, Governor Cuomo's big speech is tomorrow. What are you going to be looking for?
Well, we represent the business community on Long Island, so we're always interested in what the governor's going to say about economic development and taxes. And we've all had a preview already, and so we're anxious to hear more. But so far, the preliminary news we're hearing is very exciting and music to our ears.
Obviously, there are so many towns and villages on Long Island, a lot of smaller municipalities. Governor Cuomo has been talking about consolidation, shared services. How do you think that will be viewed by folks on Long Island?
Well, I think the governor's emphasis is correct. It's on property taxes and how do we reduce property taxes. Just like the rest of the state, Long Island has about 700 different taxing jurisdictions. So any type of consolidation of the actual governmental entities and districts or the services that they provide makes sense. And it's something that we need to do. It's something that's very challenging, very difficult to do, but it's something that must be done.
We've heard a lot about the property tax cap, about mandate relief. I mean, is the state doing enough to give municipalities the wiggle room that they need in order to deal with their localized interests?
Well, I think over the last few years, the governor and the legislature have tried. Things are moving in the right direction. I mean, taxes are being reduced. The property tax cap is in place. Economic development programs are, working well with the governor's regional economic development councils. So, I mean, on one hand, you could say things are doing much better because all those things are heading in the right direction. Is there more to do? Of course. And even with all the tax cuts proposed, we're still going to be a very high tax state and a high cost region to do business in. But I think everything that they're trying to do is sending the right message that things are going to get better. And so we're optimistic.
And Kevin Law, a number of our guests this evening have talked about the growth in the tech sector all throughout New York State. What are the businesses that are really booming on Long Island, and what are the businesses that could use an extra leg up?
Well, we believe that Long Island can be that next Silicon Valley. We have some of the best research institutions in the world on Long Island. You're talking about Cold Spring Harbor Lab, Brookhaven National Lab, Stony Brook University. Just with those three institutions alone, we have a dozen Nobel laureates over the last few decades. And you add in the North Shore LIJ Health System and Hofstra University, we really believe we have the research institutions that can lead to the creation of high technology, biotech, life science jobs. And so we're focused on converting the research into commerce. And I think the governor's program to Start Up New York complements that very nicely. And being right outside the city of New York, the capital of the world, we believe that we have all the ingredients to be that next high-tech region.
Are there any particular industries that you feel should kind of get some more governmental focus that deserve some greater attention because of the trying economic times that we've gone through?
Yeah, I think so, and I think some of the focus, and rightly so, has been on upstate manufacturing. But Long Island businesses, we still have about 17% of our economy that's focused on manufacturing. So any help that's being provided to upstate manufacturing, we think the downstate manufacturing companies could use that as well because it's good to be making things. Because if we're making things and then if we're exporting them, those are creating local jobs here. So I think that's where the focus also needs to be. In addition to the technology and the tourism, which is important, we need to focus on making things and then expanding our markets beyond New York State, beyond the United States, because the best way to create jobs is to be making things, especially if we have foreign markets to sell them in.
Kevin Law from Long Island Association, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Happy New Year.
Enjoy the evening.
Okay, bye-bye.